monthly expenses, maintenance, energy, peace of mind. That's the real price. A cheaper home doesn't save anybody any money. It only hurts and it costs more in the future. Cheaper homes, they cut costs, usually in places that you can't see. And one of the biggest things that costs homeowners the most is, another thing is, and I didn't even talk about modular is the next best thing because it's the affordable choice that's going to save you money in the long run. No money is coming out of your pocket 5 years down the line. That is affordable. In this video, we're talking about why cheaper homes might not be the best option when you're purchasing a new home. So stick along for the video, and I want you to comment down below by the end what you think about buying cheap versus affordable. If you're in the market for purchasing a home, you're probably seen or felt the prices and you're looking for the best deal. I do the same thing, but there's a difference between affordable and cheap.
Well, my name is Tracy. I had been renting a house for several years. Last year, my landlord came to me and said, I'm getting out of the business and I need to sell all these rent houses. That kind of caught me off guard. About the same time, my mom found out she had cancer. I knew I had to do something, so I started looking around at apartments, and they just seemed too expensive. And I knew I had this land out here that my parents said that I could have, and I went to them one day and said I want to be closer to Mom while she's going through this, so I can be there for y'all. And that's how this happened.
This is why this video is very important for you and your family, and I want you to stick around. When people say cheap, they usually mean the sticker price. Most people say, hey, this price is cheap. You've probably seen those where that looks too good of a deal to pass up, but you haven't done your homework and making sure that the inside of that home is gonna last you 3, 4, 30 years, 40 years down the line.
When my dad and I started looking, we went to Saddlebrook and I saw houses that I did like, but they really didn't catch my eye. And they came across that there was a couple repos there. So I went and looked, and it was just a shell, but it had some walls, it had electrical already in it, had some plumbing, and then we decided just to go with a repo.
When you go to a builder, you might be looking at building a home and you say, man, I'm looking for something cheap and I need something around $100,000. Builders are not going to cut their profits. Builders are going to cut the quality of the product that they're using. They're going to cut the quality of maybe the labor. They're not going to use a custom builder to build your cabinets or your shelving, or they're gonna go with a less quality of product. Let's say your countertops, the things that cost a lot, they're gonna start cutting that because a builder at the end of the day, they've got a family to feed too. And none of this shows up on day one. Usually you're starting to see those things 6 months to 1.5 years in where things are starting to go wrong, where you're having to change out the flooring because it's peeling up, or maybe the windows are not a high quality window, so you're having to replace the windows. Or a big one, which I'm gonna be talking about in this video, is the efficiency of your HVAC and your insulation, which is a big thing. Those are things that you cannot cut out because you will pay for those in the long run. But affordable is something that looks good 1, 2, and 3 years down the line.
As we looked at the home, everything looked good about it. The walls, everything, the shell, everything was in good order, that we didn't have to put a lot of work into it. We were able to get a construction company to help me do the inside, to finish up the walls, to finish up the ceilings, and I have no complaints about it at all. It was a good purchase.
We're talking about something that can be left to your kids. No money is coming out of your pocket 5 years down the line. That is affordable. So when you're buying things, keep in mind, when you're looking at the sticker price, cheap, the price looks too good to pass on, or are you looking at an affordable price that's saying, hey, I'm willing to spend another 100 grand or 50 grand or 200 grand on a higher quality of product because I know it's gonna last me in the long term. So when you're buying a home, make sure to look at those two things.
When I actually have moved in here, this is a place of peace. I know that I am actually back in my hometown. I am a few minutes from my mom and dad to be there for them. I have 10 minutes from my brother and sister-in-law.
Here's where the real cost begins when you're looking at a home. So cheaper homes, they cut costs usually in places that you can't see. Let's say by a spray foam insulation, quality of materials going into it. You might look at a number 3 stud versus a number 1 or number 2 stud. In our modular homes, we do a 2x4 2x4 stud, 16-inch on center, and then every 4 foot, I double a stud. What you're looking at right now is your exterior walls. And this exterior walls are built out of 2x4 studs. So you get a single 2x4 bottom plate, and then you get a double 2x4 and a 2x10 top plate. And then your 2x4 studs are 16-inch on center. As you can see right here, every 4 feet, I do a double stud. That is on every home that we sell because it increases quality and stability as far as going down the road, because we're having to move these things at a fast pace. A cheaper home doesn't save anybody any money. It only hurts and it costs more in the future. And one of the biggest things that costs homeowners the most is energy bills. Energy bills is one of the biggest things that when you're budgeting for a home, you don't see it because you don't live in the home yet. So when you're buying a home, let's just take a mobile home versus a modular home. We're talking about 1x3 walls, maybe a 2x4 wall, but you're not gonna get the spray foam, the energy efficient windows, the doors that you're gonna get with airtight spray foam in our modular home. So one of the costs that you cannot see, and it hurts most homeowners, is the energy bill. Remember, I wanna put a mindset that the cheaper price is not always the best because it costs you in the future. Poor insulation, you have air leaks. If you don't have spray foam, you just have the R19 or you have the spray and insulation, you're gonna have air leaks. So the cold air you're blowing in is gonna go out, the hot air is gonna come in. So your AC is gonna have to run longer. Same in the wintertime. Spray foam insulation is a energy efficient spray foam insulation that goes upon every house. So it's hard. We apply 1 inch, which is an R7, and it goes on your walls, it goes on your ceilings, and it goes underneath. Now we have a couple different options depending on what areas that it's going to. Some cities do require for it to have an R13, R19, but if you wanted to upgrade it to a hybrid, that will fill this cavity up and it will increase the R value from R7 to R19. Another thing is energy efficient windows. If you're buying a home that's very cheap, you're probably not gonna get a high quality window that is sealed up as much as you can to keep the heat out if it's 100-degree weather. All of our windows are energy efficient, double pane windows. Now they come in 2 different colors. One is white and one is black, like you see right here. These are vinyl plank windows. When a window gets installed, we also apply a tape that goes around it to waterproof it so water doesn't get in there, and it prevents it from leaking years down the road. And I didn't even talk about the stress and time that you're having to worry about your electric bill going up, which you budgeted to pay for childcare or to go on a trip, and now you're having to spend the stress and time over buying a home that you thought you had a good price on, but it's actually costing you in the long run. So I want to give you a real world comparison when you're building with modular, and if you got a notepad, write these things down because it's going to help you make a decision. I'm a modular home builder. I've seen mobile homes, I've seen site built homes, I've built site built homes, I've purchased a mobile home, and I just love modular. And so one of the biggest things when you're building modular is they're being built in a controlled environment. Same as a mobile home, but a modular home following the same guidelines as a site built home is being built inside of a factory that is controlled environment. So it's out of the rain, it's out of the snow, it's out of the wind. So here's our facility. It's 56,000 square feet. I'm going to give you a tour today of everything and how everything is built inside of this factory. So this is a modular home manufacturer where these homes are built in under 30 days without any rain that comes inside of this, so your quality is kept. When a modular home gets started, it gets started with a floor, and then we put the walls up, then the roof goes on, and then your interior framing starts happening. That's when you get into your electrical, your plumbing. Once that is done, more of the interior work, the customization work is getting done. Another one is, of course, the step-by-step inspections that you're getting. So you might start at bay 1. It's gonna get inspected once the floor is built. You're gonna get bay 2, bay 3, and bay 4. You're gonna get all those inspections versus, let's say, a site-built home. You might not get as many inspections because it's not in a controlled environment. Every detail is inspected from A to Z. So when you're buying a home, the quality assurance that you're gonna get is in every stage that the home moves down, you're gonna get a quality inspection report on that home. So you're gonna get pictures, you're gonna get sign-offs from every manager along every stage to make sure that everything falls under the IRC 2021 code. Number 3 is labor quality. So predictable labor quality is a lot different because I'm doing the same thing over and over again, even though it's custom. A lot of site builders say, hey, modular homes are not custom. We're very custom. We're very, very, very custom. We just have a system and a process that most companies don't have. have. We know exactly what goes in them. That doesn't mean that we can't be custom. Matter of fact, we're very custom. Before all this happens, the design center is where you pick out which floor plan you want. You move around the walls that you want. You pick out your colors. You pick out your sinks, your countertops. All those little details happen all before this process. And the cool part is that this process happens under 30 days. We have no weather delays. Modular home builders have no weather delays because we're in a controlled environment. So if it's 20 degrees and snowing where most people can't show up to a job site because it's just flat too cold, we don't have to stop. We can work year round to make sure that your home gets delivered to you in under 60 to 90 days. So the reason that it doesn't take 6 months is because we have no delays.
I have a stove and a microwave. These normally go on bottom and top. Over here, you have a dishwasher, and then over here, you have the standard 36-inch fridge that comes in the appliance package. These are stainless steel appliances that do come with a lifetime warranty. Saddlebrook gives a 1-year full manufacturer warranty. Inside and out, we use LP products who also provide warranties. On their siding, our products have a 50-year warranty. On the roof, we offer a 40-year warranty. On our paints, we offer an 11-year. That's how confident we are that your paint will never fade, guys. We have now partnered up with Dynamic Home Warranty and offer a full lifetime warranty. Your plumbing, your hot water heater, HVAC, your electric, and your appliances, guys. It covers all major things, and nobody in this industry has this. All right, the wash and dryer, you have 2 different options, and then you have different colors that come with it. You have either the wash and dryer that are side by side. These come in white or stainless steel. And then you have the stackable wash and dryer that either come in white, stainless steel, or black.
Consistent material. That's another thing, that if I'm purchasing for 30, 40 people, that doesn't mean that I don't have quality materials. That just means that I'm buying in bulk and buying custom orders for people, and I'm buying truckloads and train loads. And now we're getting to the point where I'm buying shiploads of materials, which cuts my costs. Where if I have a home builder that only builds 10 homes a year, their material costs are gonna cost more if I'm building 300 homes. That's just common math. So one of the most important things in every modular home company is the inventory that is bought in bulk and the places to store it outside of weather, which offers the cost savings on every customer that buys. So it creates a cost efficiency, and it creates a quality of material that stays out of the weather, rain, snow, sleet, dust, anything like that that goes on. It keeps that all out, and then it creates a basis to where your cost never goes up or down. Once you're in contract with buying a modular home, you won't have to worry about all your price going up 10% or your price decreasing. You're set in stone because the inventory for your home is already on the property. That doesn't mean that the site builder is any bad, anything like that. They're just gonna pay more for the materials. And if you're a builder, please comment in the section whether you think that modular is better than site builder or site builder is better than modular, because I love to see your feedback. I love what you guys are seeing. So I'm just being very intentional about building a process that helps you guys make a decision that modular is the next best thing, because it's the affordable choice. You're not getting a cheap choice, you're getting an affordable price that's going to save you money in the long run. So modular is the way to go. Comment down in the section if you don't think so. If you want to understand what actually makes a home cost more or less, scan the QR code below, because I want to walk through the real numbers with you so you can make the right call for you and your family.